I don't know if it's just me, but I'm on Spotify. I was trying to check out YoungBoy's new album, and it said he was like the 443rd most streamed like artist on Spotify or something. And I was like, how? Like, YoungBoy still breaking like buku records with what you call that? Like with certifications. Like he has the most, I don't know, gold, platinum. I forgot what the stat was, but every day I'm seeing like new YoungBoy breaking records, and I'm like, how is he 400? So you're telling me Lil Yachty and them get way more views than YoungBoy, yet none of them coming close to even being able to like go on tour? Like Lil Yachty can't go on tour right now. NLE can't go on tour. Half of these artists can't even go on tour. YoungBoy just went on tour and sold out. And it was only like a 2-month tour. Sold out, and they canceled some shows. So if YoungBoy wanted to do like a global show, man, it's like, if you look at these top rappers, YoungBoy really like at least top 10. You can't say he ain't top 10. He probably top 5. Like, and we not talking about talent. We just talking about popularity and mainstreamness. Like, yeah, these other rappers got the machine behind them. YoungBoy don't really have that, machine, where he's going on magazines, going on Good Morning America and stuff like that. Like, he ain't doing none of that. He ain't going on Vlad, and Vlad really mad about that. Yeah, YoungBoy won't come on his interview, but he damn sure don't have to. So I don't get it how he's number 400. I really think, like, when YoungBoy say the industry don't F with him, that's really what it is. Because if King Von still was living, he would be up there as like this new generation, people. But man, half of these new rappers, man, they really not that popular. Like, they just have the machine. Like, they buying views. Like, these rappers suck. Like, Ice Spice is the only person that I feel like kind of like legitimately, and trust me, they was pushing her numbers too, but she the only one that I could kind of be like, okay, it makes sense how she blew up, because she had a certain look and certain vocal style, certain rap style. I could see that. I'm not mad at the Ice Spice. Like, even if she was an industry plant, it still made sense. Like, they didn't have to buy probably like a 6ix9ine or a Ice Spice like millions of views. I think she was gonna get them regardless. But you see, that kind of fell off. Now anybody new, man, like we know YoungBoy not buying views, and he's still getting a lot of views. 21 Savage, he's a that's household names now. Drake is household name. Drake ain't buying views. Kendrick really was only buying views for this Drake beef stuff, but to put him way over Drake. So Kendrick was gonna get views regardless. But I mean, who else? We know Lil Durk and them do numbers, but Lil Durk and them are household names at this point. We talking about new artists. YoungBoy been doing this for a long time, but being in jail, his career never just, I feel like had that motion, but it always still did. Like, that's crazy. But who else? Like, besides these dumb, I want to say social media rappers, I can't name them who legit really needs could be like top 10 of this new generation. Because any new rapper y'all put out there, they ain't gonna last but 1 year. You know, we could say Pooh Shiesty. I'll go and say Pooh Shiesty. And Pooh Shiesty still not getting like YoungBoy numbers. And Boss Man D-Lo. You know, they had these hits. But where has Boss Man D-Lo been at? You see what I'm saying? You had like Rod Wave, you know. I think Rod Wave might be a household name at this time. But YoungBoy, Pooh Shiesty, Boss Man D-Lo, I mean, there's really no other competition. That's really it as far as serious rappers. We thought, you know, Rob 49 was gonna just take off, and you know, he kind of took off, and then what happened to him? Like, I mean, he had the What the Helly, but I mean, man, are there albums dropping with this stuff? Like, you know, I never hear Rob 49. I hear Boss Man D-Lo sometime. I hear Pooh Shiesty sometime. But riding around the city, even going all the way to like Florida, Alabama and everything, I'm hearing a lot of people bumping YoungBoy in their cars. If it ain't Drake, it's like YoungBoy. That's really all I'm hearing. You know, I never hear anybody bumping Youngin Ace. You'll hear some Jada Youngin randomly. But other than that, if it ain't dance popular songs, man, people really just listening to YoungBoy. And that's from state to state to state. Like, this man probably is nowhere near 400. YoungBoy numbers probably are getting, I want to say, shadow banned. You know, I'm from the South, so of course you're gonna have a lot of YoungBoy. I don't know about New York and stuff, but if YoungBoy will sell out a show in New York so fast. You know, our beats are kind of different. That's why it's kind of hard for like New York and West Coast to kind of, you know, we so far in the music, beats and sound that somebody might listen. Like, I listen to New York and be like, man, I don't like this. I hate Pop Smoke music, which is crazy. But I hate Pop Smoke music, but at the same time, they probably hate these down south beats. Like, and that's understandable. That is understandable. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Is YoungBoy like stream shadow banned? Because there ain't no way he number 443 in the world for this. Let me know.